Happy Friday, Canterbury. It is Friday, the 27th of November. Congratulations, you have met the end of the week. Rightio. Now, what did happen on this day, Friday, the 26th of November? Let's go down memory lane to 1962. Yes, a bit of the Beatles. There they go. The Beatles recorded their first BBC radio session at the BBC Paris studio on Regent Street in London. They played Twist and Shout, Love Me Do, and P.S. I Love You. And we do love you, the Beatles. Look at them, so young, energetic and spiteful. Next up, 1999. Where is she? There she is, yes. Helen Clark was elected, the first elected female Prime Minister in New Zealand, heading a coalition government of members of Labour and the Alliance Party. So congratulations to her, and she was a very fine Prime Minister. Next up, 1942, Jimi Hendrix, there he is, born on this day. Singer-songwriter, I think a lot of people would fair to say he was one of the greatest guitarists in musical history. He died on the 18th of September 1970, sadly. Not too cool. Drugs, obviously, were the cause. Rightio. Last but not least, 94. Yes, it is. That's right. Thanks, Gordon. Shrek the sheep. Yes, he was born today. Oh my goodness. He's got his whole whānau with him as well. My goodness. Okay, he still holds the world record for biggest shorn fleece. He was born at Bendigo Station, Otago, and sadly he did die in 2011. There you go. Rightio. I shouldn't be giggling about him dying, but it was a bit funny with those sheep. Anyway, rightio. Hoyt's movie tickets. As always, we have some of those to give away. Love, love, love those. And the wonderful painting from Ira Mitchell-Kirk. You have only the weekend and Monday to enter to win, and we'll be announcing winner next week. Rightio, and to enter, all you need to do is go through and call Marianne or the lovely Anna on 03 379 7100 or go to our website ctv.co.nz competitions. Right, what's coming up on today's show? The beautiful, divine Freya is here from the Isaac Theatre Royal with all those wonderful happenings coming up, and I am out, yes, trying to learn how to ride a motorbike. I know, funny, isn't it? Well, not that funny. Hopefully I stay on. And but first up, talking about wheels, because there is different types of weather that we may be driving in, and we need someone to steer us on the right path. And thank goodness for my first guest, Tony Green.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Yeah, and I'm very excited about hearing about, I think you've quietly heard that I'm quite into my cars, but your business is all about simulators.
That's correct.
And about driving excellence.
Driving excellence.
Do you like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Like that?
I like that. Perfect. Perfect. You explain what we do.
So why start this business?
Why start this business? Years ago, I was driving and I went past specific simulators that make the 737 simulators and went, why don't we train our children in a simulator to drive? It's a far better, far safer way. And hunted the world and bought some really great machines out of France, which are around 50,000 a piece.
Oh,
but they are amazing machines.
50,000 a piece?
That's right. They actually train people to the right standards. So we get people trained to a much, much higher standard than if they train only on road.
Right.
And much quicker.
Sounds a perfect idea. I've got a son that will be learning to drive next year, so it sounds great for him. We've got some images actually of the simulators to have a look at them. They're quite impressive.
They are great machines. They're basically made to train. They're not a game. People think they're a game. They're not a game. They are a training simulator that teaches people to drive safely from scratch, but it also does safety training as well. We can teach people to be safer on the road, revisit skills, and actually understand what happens when they come across hazards.
Brilliant. Now, talking of hazards, because we've actually got some footage, Tone, I might get you to actually talk us through it, actually showing some examples of the different conditions that we may come across driving. So here we go now.
So we're in the country here. This is one very small part. We have 300 k's of roads on these machines, so it's a huge amount. Our country scenarios are like this, but all those things are changeable. The areas we drive in, right through to snow, hills, all sorts of things, but we can change the amount of traffic in there. The actual lighting conditions, we can go to dusk, we can go to night time. We can also put in fogs, a light fog, a heavy fog. We can also put in rain. So we can give people every condition that they can imagine to drive in.
So
which is
how does it
pretty phenomenal.
work then, Tony, with you? Obviously you've got your simulators, but do we go on a program? I mean, how does it work when we want to buy
We
into
start somebody off and I do a basic assessment of them, work out where they're at, what they need, where they need teaching, and we work through from there. So the very worst I've ever had is 14 sessions on the simulator with a student.
14?
14. Now that was a lady who had a stroke who was told she would never drive again. She is now driving.
Oh, that's very different now. I thought you meant that was actually a young person.
No, that's
14,
rehabilitation.
right? Okay.
I've had people down to 5. So it very much depends on their skill levels and where they're at to start with, and how adaptive they are to learning.
Okay.
So we can get through all sorts of learning styles. And people with anxiety are especially good in this because it's a safe place for them to learn.
So at what point, say for instance, if we wanted to actually gift it to, say, a new learner driver, at what point should we introduce them actually to the simulator?
You can do it before they've even got their learners. They don't have to have their licences to be in the simulator because it's not on road, and it helps them get the skills before they're ready to drive.
Wow, that's very cool. So where do you set up? Do you come to us? Do we come to you? How do we make it work?
You come to me. I'm in a trailer at the moment, situated on my driveway, on the corner of Maidstone and Avonhead roads. You come to me, we do hour-long sessions, we make sure you get the right information, and then we carry on from there. And I also train on the road now, so we can seamlessly take you onto the road and get you through to the restricted licence stage.
Oh, wow. And actually, I think we've got a picture of you with one of your... Oh,
With my Mini.
Cool. Is it a Club Mini? Excuse my ignorance.
Just a straight Mini. Mini
Straight
Cooper.
Mini. So you're saying that, for instance, we can go through the simulator. Great, awesome, wonderful. Now we need to get on the road, and you are qualified to actually take us through driver's lessons.
Fully qualified. I actually am qualified from Class 1 to Class 6, so that is right through cars, trucks and motorcycles.
Geez, you're a jack of all trades.
Indeed.
Just thinking quietly, what a great gift idea for Christmas.
Perfect.
Wouldn't it really?
Perfect. We do a lot of gift certificates over Christmas.
And are you finding also that... because, when I set my driver's licence, my goodness, the world has changed now.
Oh, completely.
I mean, I don't know if I actually... Well, I shouldn't say that on air, should I? I don't know if I'd actually pass it now.
In all honesty,
if I had
you probably wouldn't. It is actually really tough now. You probably wouldn't.
It's not very good to say that out loud,
No, it's not,
but truly,
it's true.
I don't know, it's so complicated.
It's not complicated. It's just a matter of perfect practice.
Okay.
And I often say that people say practice makes perfect, and I always say no, it doesn't. Only perfect practice makes perfect. Only perfect learning makes perfect. So if the simulator teaches perfection. If we can teach perfection, people will drive quicker, faster and better.
Rightio. Good on you. Some great advice there. So, well, I encourage you, especially if you have a new learner driver, definitely a great way to go. Take us from the simulator right through the road.
Exactly.
Pleasure to meet you, Tony.
Thank
That
you
is
very
Excellence
much.
Driving Academy, 147 Maidstone Road. Go to his website, that's ssdt.co.nz. It's Tony Green in the driver's seat. Good on you. Now, after the break, Brent Lattimore's here. He's fresh from New York, never you mind. And I am off for an adventure with Adventure Trail Rides.
Head out on the highway, looking for adventure.
I turned around.
Well, there was no landslide the day we spent out with Grenfell Adventure Trail Rides. It was absolutely beautiful. Today we meet Grenfell Button, who is behind Adventure Trail Rides. It's our first of a series of me getting on a bike. Well, what a wonderful way to spend the day, and firstly meeting Grenfell Button. How are you, my friend?
Very good, thanks.
I'm a little bit excited, and especially for our viewers, over the next 6 months they're going to watch and learn more about Adventure Trail Rides, which is your business, and you've got the task of teaching me how to ride. You're a brave man.
I'm looking forward to that.
Grenfell, where did it all start?
Well, I wasn't allowed a motorbike till I was 15, so when my friends had motorbikes for 3 years before me, I was pretty passionate about it. So, yeah, I've stuck with it ever since, and I'm over 50 now, and I still haven't given up. Yeah.
So have you competed?
Yes, I went into competition when I started working, and you've all got that competition crap in your system.
Drive.
Yeah, and I had the goal to compete overseas and nationally, which I did, and then at sort of 35, 40, yeah, I needed to ease up, and now I just really enjoy sharing my passion with other people, and yeah.
And hence adventure trail rides.
Yes, yeah.
So who do you cater to?
A wide audience, you know, like it's amazing the people that come out. You know, we've had people obviously very young, and then we've had 78-year-olds. We've had a 72-year-old lady. You know, it depends on your personality, and it's up to the individual. And if you got the enthusiasm, we can make it happen. Yeah.
So do you need previous experience to trail ride?
No, not if you take up some coaching, because you don't want to learn by the hard knocks way. You know, the typical Kiwi bloke way where you'll be right, because no, you
won't be right.
You'll knock yourself around along the way. Whereas my goal is you don't fall off.
Well, that's my goal as well, just quietly, just putting it out there. The setting today is incredible. Tell us exactly where we are for the viewers.
Well, we're at Mount Torless at Springfield. It's a 6,000 acre property, and it's been in a family for 4 generations, so it's a real privilege to be able to come here and use it for our half day and day tours.
So over the next 6 months, let's talk about that. Today we're obviously meeting you, the man. Next time you'll actually be taking me through the gear.
Yes.
And to get myself prepared.
Yes, and we want to get you comfortable in riding gear, because you don't want to be dressed up like the Michelin Man. And there's a huge amount of riding gear out there. And so it's getting something that suits you, you're comfortable, and then we'll get you on a bike that fits you. I'm old school, so you've got to be able to put your feet on the ground, you've got to be able to kick-start it yourself, and you've got to be able to pick it up. So you can be independent, because, you know, ultimately, for every lady, like, to be able to do something without having their husband or boyfriend looking after them is great.
Well, that's the other element is that it's a wonderful sport to do with your partner, your husband, and I've got my partner with me today, Brett, so it really is an adventure for us. So sit back and enjoy the next 6 months with Greenville. Thank you, my friend. I look forward to learning. Yeah, so much fun. So look forward to seeing us and how we get on. Rightio, he's just fresh from New York. Hello, Brett Lattimore.
G'day, how are you?
How was it? Great trip?
Amazing. Yeah, New York's incredible. I'd go back there tomorrow.
So jealous.
Yeah,
so
so
jealous.
cool.
But hey, you got to make some money, honey,
You do.
to go back.
Well, I haven't worked out what I've spent, so I'm not too sure whether that's a good idea or not.
Ooh,
but
that's
just a bad
easy
thing.
free for you,
I
Mr.
know,
Brett
it was
Lattimore.
very much. I've been waiting 25 years to get there, so.
Good on you. You made the most of it.
Bucket list,
Hey,
yeah.
today's a bit of a recap.
Yeah, just the last 5 tips that we've been talking about, I thought would be a good
Okay.
idea, just to recap quickly over those.
Rightio. Number one.
Well, the first one was don't exceed your limits. So we all have limits that we adhere to at the bank. And we have overdraft limits as well, but do not go over them, because when we are assessing deals and preparing them for the bank, if you exceed your limits, it makes it a lot harder to get your loan approved.
And around this time of year.
Yeah,
Brent.
you just have to be careful, because you're sort of telling the bank you can't budget. If you go over your limit, it means you're not keeping an eye on your bank account. So
Yeah,
it
and
makes it
don't go
very,
to
very
that whole
hard.
thing about, oh, worry about after Christmas.
Yeah, correct.
Worry about after Christmas.
Worry about it now.
Yeah.
Worry
Okay,
about
what's
it now.
next?
So next one is, we talked about in the past if you earn commission and not budgeting for that commission. So you always treat it as a bonus, because some people will budget for it and allow for it as part of their day-to-day expenses. And we prefer you just work off your base income. And any commission you do earn, you just put it straight aside into a separate savings account. So don't budget for it, just budget on what you earn day to day, don't budget on your commission. And that way the commission just adds to your savings and should get you to your goal.
Yeah, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
And don't get drawn into, especially at the moment, and I'm going back to Christmas again, but it is current, as you have these payday next year and
Yes.
things, thinking you're going to get that bonus.
Correct.
Because things change.
They do always change, absolutely. So it's best not to put that pressure on yourself.
Rightio.
It sounds boring, but it's a good idea.
It's not boring, it's sensible.
It is.
It's being responsible, actually.
It is
It's being
actually
responsible.
very much.
Rightio, and from
next
there?
one we had was people on joint income. So if you're earning a joint income, this is probably more for, I guess, like a young professional couple when they both got quite good incomes. We quite often in the past have got one of them just to save one income and they live off the other. And we find that they get to their savings goal quite quickly. So we set up a budget and say one person's earning $45,000 a year and say, look, you need to work on that and you need to meet all your day-to-day costs on that income and the partner's income, and let's say that's 30 or 40,000, you just save everything on that. We find that works
discipline
quite
though,
well.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's very disciplined, but it's good though because it's a very specific goal, and you can save it quite quickly. You know, you could probably save $25,000 a year by
And I'll tell
doing
you
that.
what, a good segue into it is if you have stopped working
Yep.
and you're at home and you've obviously been able to maintain
Yes.
the lifestyle on one income
Yes.
and you're back to work.
Easy. Yeah. It does make it a lot easier because you do get used to just living on that, the
That
tighter
single
budget
income.
at the end of the day.
Okay,
So
rightio.
just preparation for children, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you ever be prepared? But yeah,
No,
I know
you're
what
right. You
you're
can even be
saying.
prepared.
okay.
Tip 9 was high purchases, which is probably quite relevant at the moment too, with Christmas coming up. And we prefer you avoid them if you can. I mean, if you must, an interest-free high purchase is probably okay. But what we find is that the more high purchases you have, the less you can borrow because it affects what we call your servicing when we apply for loans at the bank for people. So we would rather that you not take a high purchase because it means you can borrow more for your first home.
And all the
at other end.
anxiety and stress though of having you're juggling, aren't you?
Yeah.
You'll be continuously juggling balls, wouldn't
Well,
you?
it's amazing how many high purchases people do have, like 3 or 4 or 5, sometimes more. And just trying to meet all those payments is, it's very,
It's a
very
bit of a
difficult.
headache.
So it's best just to avoid them and save the money and buy it if you
Yeah,
can. Or
and
just
don't fall into
second-hand.
these wonderful coloured
No,
pamphlets that are coming
correct,
through.
yeah.
A little thing. Just put on there no flyers.
Yeah, it's a very
Takes
good
away the
idea. No
temptation.
circulars, yeah, it
It
does.
takes away the temptation, doesn't
Yeah,
it? If you
yeah.
don't see it, you can't buy it.
And unsubscribe from the email list as
oh
well.
yeah, that's true. It's so
Because
easy,
they
isn't
come
it?
through on there too. But yeah, it is
Okay.
good to try and avoid them. And the last tip was income protection insurance. So it's actually insuring, because we always insure our house, but we don't insure the income that enables us to live in the house. So it's actually getting people to think about it now, even if they don't have a house now, to take up some sort of income protection insurance. Because it does 2 things. One, it's in your budget, so you can afford it, and you know when you go to buy a house, that expense is already covered. And 2, if you do lose your job, 1, you can't meet your mortgage payments, or 2, if you're saving for a house, it's going to affect your saving ability as well. So we actually recommend you take an income protection cover as soon
Yeah.
as you can, and
No,
it's
it's
quite
brilliant.
it's not that expensive when you're young. And it
Well, you
just,
said that when you're younger, it's much more affordable, isn't
it is absolutely, and generally when you're young, you don't have too many medical conditions, so it's cheap, and if you've got it in place for 5 or 6 years, and you develop medical conditions over that time, well, you're already covered for them because you've had it in place before those
And you
conditions
just don't know what's
occurred.
around the corner.
No.
And you don't want to live like that.
No.
I would totally appreciate that. Live in the moment.
Yeah.
But you
It's
just
just-
don't know.
it's
It's
just-
looking after yourself.
Correct. It's just preparation for it all,
Good
and I
on
think
you.
that's really important too.
Great.
So,
Look forward to next time, Brent.
All right.
And
Thank
it's
you.
lovely to see you after New
Yes.
York.
Thank
so
you.
jealous. What was your favourite bit? Quickly.
Times Square. I love Times Square.
Times
Yeah.
Square, love it, Times Square. Radio, Brent Lattimore, Focus, of course, Focus Mortgage and Insurance Services. Phone 0800 334 338. Fantastic Facebook page, but also the website, very informative. ffgl.co.nz. Now, stay with us after the break. We are heading back to the theatre, the Isaac Theatre Royal, with the beautiful Freya. It sounds like an ad for the tourism board, isn't it? I'm about to walk through some.
like walk through the forest with all
But it's
the...
Freya instead.
Yeah.
Oh no, what Freya? That's it, the goddess.
Oh yeah, the goddess of love and beauty.
Oh, there you go. You just walked through the
Yeah.
forest to us, lovely.
Yeah.
Straight from the Isaac Theatre Royal. How are you, sweet? Have you come
Very
down from
well.
Lenoir yet?
Just about, yeah. It was pretty full on, wasn't it? It was
insanely amazing.
insanely amazing. And those performers were just, I mean, I don't know how they do it. Their bodies and the way they can just contort themselves and, yeah,
They're so
amazing.
fit.
I know. And lovely people as well. Like
They were?
Yeah, really, really like down-to-earth people and packed up their own set at the end of the show.
No way.
Yeah.
The
They
artist
just-
did?
Yeah.
No divas or devos?
No divas or devos, no.
No deviants.
No
in between.
deviants at all.
No. Well, maybe.
Bit of that, maybe a little bit of that,
Okay,
yeah.
talk about it later. But the strength, I think that was something that blew me away.
Yeah.
Especially those ladies, the
I
young
know.
girls.
I know. Because the guys, they're like, you can see their muscle, they're built. You think, yeah, you can hold someone on your head.
Oh, no, I didn't see them
the
at all.
girls- Yeah, oh yeah, no, me neither.
Maybe,
No.
sort of kind of.
No, passed me by. Completely professional. But yeah, the women, with just like these tiny, athletic bodies, and then suddenly they can hold themselves up and somebody else up by their feet.
Yeah.
And you just, yeah.
An absolute
incredible.
awe.
Yeah.
Absolute awe.
Incredible.
Okay, now let's move forward.
Yes, let's.
And if you can hear in the background, we do have the beautiful Dame Kiri Te Kanawa.
Oh, the
Pokare
lovely-
Kariana. And
Yeah.
there she is, just gorgeous.
She's radiant, isn't she?
She is radiant.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to put you on the
Lovely.
spot.
Oh, gosh.
Has she performed at the Isaac Theatre Royal before?
Yes,
Not
she
the new,
has. Not,
she has.
Not the
Not
new
new, of
one,
course
but
not,
she
but-
did. She performed, I think, 10 days before the February earthquake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think, yeah. If I've got my facts correct, yes, she did. So she's coming back on the 7th of March, 2016. And
What a setting
I know,
to have
I
her
know.
there.
And it's been quite emotional, I think, as well, because obviously, she did perform just before the earthquake. So it's a sort of a celebration and a sort of commemorative event for the 5th anniversary of the earthquakes, but also to sort of celebrate the theatre being reopened for a year and to, and do some fundraising as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
So who is she performing with, Freya?
Terence Dennis, who's on piano. So it's just her and Terence on piano. So it's going to be a really intimate, special occasion, which is why we've sort of done it as a gala black tie event. So yeah.
It is a black tie event.
It is a black tie event. Yes, so you can wear a dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a black tie if
Or
you
a black
like.
tie.
Preferably with something else.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on the
Don't take it
same
too
wavelength.
literally.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
take it too
yeah,
literally.
yeah.
Tickets are available to purchase.
Yes, you can
at the
buy
moment.
tickets. Yep, so through Ticketek or go onto our website and you can get all the information there, and then it takes you through to Ticketek site as well. So yeah, tickets are on sale. They're going really well at the moment.
They would.
So, yeah, it's going to be good. Very good.
And also wonderful Christmas leading up. What an incredible gift to
Yeah.
actually give your loved ones to actually
Absolutely.
attend that if they've never
Yeah.
attended a concert of hers.
Yeah, or never come to the theatre,
Yeah.
or and it's a good excuse to dress up, which is always nice, and also to sort of think about the last 5 years and
Reflect.
reflect. Yeah, that's the word.
So
yeah.
what else is coming up for 2016?
Oh,
tease me.
Okay. Well, I can announce that Dawn French, who is going to be gracing our stage in
I love Dawn French.
Yeah, she's a personal favourite of mine.
I thought you were going to say personal friend. I was like, really, love?
Well, maybe after March, she might be. Yeah, be like
just
that.
like this.
Tight. Yeah, I'll be stalking her dressing room. But yeah, we've just actually put a 4th show on sale for her. So that has just gone on sale.
That's insane.
17th of March. So now she's doing 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th of March. So
She's
yeah.
just divine, isn't she?
She's gorgeous, yeah, and she's really like her humour's like really natural, and it is a show all about her and her story and her her life. So yeah, it's going to be cool. Really cool.
Oh, God.
And so yeah, Dawn French, we've got Fly My Pretties. The
Yes,
cast has just been
lovely.
announced for Fly My Pretties. Which is sort of a royal takeover, we're calling it, because they are going to take over the theatre. And we're doing an after party as well with them. So,
are you, Giles?
Yes,
Try
darling,
out.
which people can buy tickets for. They're only $15.
Oh, cool.
And you get to go to this exclusive, really intimate, it's going to be held in our Gloucester Room space. So there's 120 people. It's going to have, so Tiki Tane is obviously joining them as well.
Oh, just leave it there, love. We've got to go.
Yeah.
You just left it
Yeah.
Tiki Tane. Love
Yeah.
Tiki Tane. It's
Yeah.
one of my faves.
Yeah.
Absolute faves. But Dawn French, oh my God, we have to have an interview with her. I have to, please. What can I do? Freya, hook it up,
Leave it with me.
Oh, leave
it with me.
You heard it here. It's on camera. Hey, thank you so much. Have a fabulous weekend. It's Friday. Enjoy it. Next week, it's Christmas, December. It's around the corner. We'll leave you with The Cure. Yes, it is Friday. See you.